Hello and welcome to Flippin Live, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview live stream. And today we are live. Hold on, okay, good. My voice is even working. The sound is working. We're off to an okay start. Total Despair, that's the name of the stream today. I hope everything is going well with you guys. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you're watching live right now, please consider hitting like, hitting subscribe, and leaving a comment down below. That is the #1 way that you can support this channel and help it to continue to grow. Also, you can do that if you're not watching live. If you're, here, I got to move this thing over. Yeah, if you're not watching live, you can also do all of those things. If you want to support me in another way, why would you? Patreon.com/flippinthrough. Also, channel membership. Links for both of those are down in the description of this video, and so you can check those out. I do give you stuff, I guess, besides this entertainment. You can also, but in addition to that, if you support me on Patreon, you're guaranteed a set of stickers. Awesome. Flipping through stickers. Max Korn was here. That's my favorite. That's the one that nobody gives a shit about, though. It's transparent, so you can slap it onto like a toilet stall, and it looks like somebody wrote Max Korn was here. And I think that's kind of cute. You also get this set of buttons with signatures of founding members of the Mad comic. And look at, I even throw in a Mad Hex button. Very unlucky. Don't do that. Don't wear that ever. And then you could also get this stencil, great for defacing both public and private property. If you think, no, that doesn't work, look at that. That's what it looks like. It works really well. It's actually quite a handsome stencil. Anyway, that's enough about that. Let's see who's in the chat. Harvey Esquire, hi Sticks with Fly. Who cares about Sticks? Say hello to me. David Strickler says, hey Harvey, Sticks, Pat, Ruben, Cam, and Sketch. Ruben's here saying hi from the Middle East. I'm sorry. Greetings from Middle America is what Ruben said, not hello from the Middle East. David Strickler, Total Despair, and not I'm losing my hair. Same thing. No, I have a beautiful head of hair. It's thick. It's lush. It's just like this beautiful color of brown. Chestnut, I think, is what some people call it. Yeah, this shirt wear is kind of weird. It's like a weird cottony fabric. Chestnut is what people call it. And I love my hair and not going bald. But if I did go bald, I'd probably kill myself. I'm joking. But anyway. Who else is here? Anyway, that's about it. I said hello to everybody. Oh, Cam Hayden is here. Hello, Cam Hayden. Great to see you. Sketchy Works, great to see you as well. Anyway, guys, what are we doing today? Well, okay, we lost some sponsors. First, Liquid Death dropped us. That was not great. Next, Topo Chico, I just got a call from them. They dropped us as a sponsor. I got a new water sponsor. It's called 365, and it's the fucking house brand for Whole Foods. So that's really a step down. That's like getting Everyday Essentials water or something. But Everyday Essentials, they don't even make water. So I don't know. That would be scary. Dodging missiles, signed Eat My Shorts from Netanyahu. Okay, that's awesome, because look at what happened. It blocked that. See, they block certain messages, and I have to figure out what the deal is with that. So YouTube blocks it from being shown in the chat, but I can see it because I'm using a plugin. So I get, you guys could say the most off-the-wall stuff. Google will block it, but it will still come through on my screen. And I thought that was funny. So anyway, um, I don't know. What are you guys doing? What are you up to? Well, how's life for you? I have to drink this a total of 20 times on the stream, just so you know. Honk Steady's here. What's up, Honk Steady? You guys, I need to get, this is what I need to do. I need to get out to a comic shop pretty desperately. I need to get, I think I need to go to the place where I got the Frenzy and the Panic and everything. Because I'm running out of shit to flip. Look at me. This is how you know I'm in distress. The amount of swears I am saying is not, that's not good, guys. I went to Beer Fest recently as the designated driver. Spent way too much money on collectibles lately. See, I don't need collectibles. I just need the shit I collect, which is not collectible. It's just the things that I like. But I need to go to that comic shop. I'm running out of things to flip through, and that's not good. I need more cracked magazines, and I need more thwack. That's actually, that brings up what we're flipping through today. We're flipping through my final issue of Thwack, and I thought that I saw a new Mad at Winco the other day. It had a patriotic cover. I saw that with my kids at the grocery store. Yeah, my daughters know that I collect Mad Magazine. They know that I like Mad Magazine, but they don't know the extent to which I have Mad Magazine. So like one of my daughters like, look at it's Mad, you should get this. I was like, that's so sweet. Oh, no, I'm not getting that. I have all of that. It's just reprinted stuff. So didn't buy that. I don't feel bad about it. I think like, I don't know. You know what I do feel bad about? And I want to like, if any of you guys know how to get a hold of what's his face, I'm very schizophrenic today. My mind is in like a million different places. Anyway, no, I want to go to the comic shop. I want to get, see if I can hunt down. I want to hunt down more thwacks. I want to hunt down just more things I could flip through. Maybe not even necessarily humor stuff, just like cool magazines to go through. Maybe even like a heavy metal or something. National Lampoon, that's like one that I think would be pretty cool to flip through. Yeah, so specials are too expensive, and I have everything in them. Yeah, I don't know. Kyle's probably busy. He's a busy man. I don't know what he says on his stream or on his channel, so I'm not going to say what I think he's probably busy with. You know what I'm going to say it. He's probably busy making love. Or waiting in line for soup. Anyway, yeah, so, I got 2 issues of the 90s reprints of the EC Mad last weekend. Those are always fun to pick up. And aren't they usually, like, not that expensive? I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't blame you. I'm going to pick it up. I literally noticed it when I left the store. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I'm not against the reprints. It's like, whatever. People pick it up maybe and be like, oh, I remember this. I'm going to get this for my kid. I don't begrudge them for doing that. But yeah, because I know like Shane was he gets pissed if you talk about like the Mad stocking stuffer. Because they just reprint the exact same thing every year. And I think he might have spent money on a couple of those before he just like got totally fed up. What about highlights? You can do some of the hidden pictures puzzles. Dude, I got my daughter has a highlight subscription, so I would actually pick up some vintage highlights. Actually has really cool illustrations in it. Think of like Goofus and Gallant, like those old cartoons or whatever, which inspired Melvin and Jenkins. Don't forget that. So anyway, there was something I was going to say. Oh, that's right. Okay, so Mad, I got to look up the Mad, how would I even say this? Mad, Mad DC spoof. What was that? I even picked that up. I don't know. Old Dynamite or Bananas. Bananas is harder to find. And again, I just sort of like doing it. Oh, it's going to be released April 1st. That's what they say. Well, forgot. I'm over here. Wait, is this how I was before? Anyway, yeah, Mad About DC is a 64-page parody one-shot comic book that was announced by DC and released. Anyway, who did it? What's his face? This is what... Here, Gizmodo. See, I don't like this. Somehow this got switched. I used to be here looking at it. And then it was like here. Yeah, this is it. This is the ticket. So I'm going to go to, here we go. Reading time, 2 minutes. Isn't this nice? Look, they put how long it should take you to read it. But maybe I'm a slow reader. Chip Zdarsky. That's what I was looking for. One, I guess I got to go get this. That's what I was going to ask, actually, to begin this. I'm glad you're here because I was going to ask, do I look like piss? Do I look like I'm in a jar of piss this time? That crude language. Disgusting. That was disgusting. Here, I think I gotta like move this over. It's like stuck. Dang it. Anyway. Things to look forward to for us Mad fans. 4/1/26. Mad About DC. Mad Magazine number 50 is the 600th issue. And then the Mad Complete Harvey Kurtzman years from Fantagraphics. You're only 40% piss. I also did suggest that he was in the soup line. I did say that. Yeah, so this Chip Zdarsky thing, I messaged. I have no way of getting a hold of Chip Zdarsky, but I want Chip Zdarsky on this show. I want him to do a live stream with me, pretty please, and I want to ask him questions about this. I want to ask about who is involved. I want to know why he didn't do more Mad artists. I guess I have like a little bit of a. I'm like annoyed by this. This almost annoys me as much as when. Why can't I scroll? What's going on here? Gizmodo is broken. Here we go. I'm almost annoyed about this as much as I was about Weird Al Yankovic being the guest editor for Mad. For some reason, that really irked me too. And I know, based on my last video, that some of you guys don't like my stance on Weird Al. I think he's weird. I kind of like him, but I also kind of dislike him. My kids have been getting into him, so I've been listening to him a lot lately. But anyway, it's like you look at this, and I don't know. It's just like, yeah. It's like, okay, Kyle starts. Dave Johnson, Teeny Howard. Teeny Howard, what? Maddie LaChosha, Mark Wade. Yeah, that. I mean, it's like a lot of these people are not even funny. I don't know. Jerry Duggan. Didn't Jerry Duggan do, or Dugan? I don't know how to say his name. No disrespect. Didn't he? I think he was like a Deadpool guy. So it's like, all right. So maybe he can be funny. I don't know. Mitch Gerrits. That's an artist. A lot of these guys are artists. Josh Williamson, Gail Simone. I don't know. Kelly Sue DeConnick, Smelly Sue DeConnick, Valentine Delandro, Ryan North. I mean, I don't know. It's just like, I get you want your all your boys in this magazine, but at the same time, it's like, I, I don't know. They probably didn't want mad people because they're used to getting paid a lot more. This came up, right? I think you were the one who brought it up. Um, Still annoying though. Yankovic only bugs me in the sense that he's like the Three Stooges. He's made a lot of money from very simplistic humor. No, what's nuts is how much, how many songs he has about fat people, and then how many songs talk about like basically trans people or hermaphrodites. Uh, and so I'm curious if he performs live, like how does that change? Because surely he can't perform those unless he's just like he's just totally based, as the kids say, and he's like, listen guys, it was the humor of the time, this is not how I feel now. But that's not weird that your kids are getting into Weird Al. It'd be weird if they were getting into Mozart. um, well, one of my kids is like a pianist, so she's not playing that type of stuff yet. But you know I don't know, man. Maybe I'm raising some genius kids. At least we have Sergio in this. You can't have Mad without Sergio. Yeah, yeah. This is a problem. This is a problem with anything. Is look at me. I'm crossing my arms. This is how you know I'm getting into like my soapbox or my like get off my lawn phase. The problem with anything, any like kind of organization, whether it's like a TV show or a magazine, or maybe not so much a TV show, you can't really have an attitude of like, well, you can't have that thing without this person, because if your brand is so reliant on specific artists, well, artists move on, artists die, artists get bored and want to do other things. And I don't know, maybe that's part of the problem that Mad had, is that there was nobody to really fill the shoes of all of these artists that became synonymous with Mad. Maybe there was they didn't do a good enough job of like, shuffling those guys out a little bit more and like really highlighting new artists. I don't know. I'm saying that having um, no knowledge of that, of how Mad was run. So, you know what? That would actually be a good Dickie D question. That's another. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. I gotta see. I'm gonna start writing down the questions because I do want to. I want to get Dickie D on here. Here, I gotta just start a new page, right? Where it's like, okay, Dickie D. What did I say? Questions. Okay. Letters fake? Mad artists not replaceable? I don't know. Hopefully I remember what that means. I'm going to read that in like half a year and be like, what the hell does that, what could I have meant? Always smart to write things down when they pop up. It's the money. What's the money? What is that? That's like a non sequitur at this point. We moved past that, Kyle. Kyle's watching this on a delay. And that's just, the delay of US to Canada, going through that international internet pipeline. Things slow down. Questions are good for asking. I don't know what else they're good for. For the upcoming 6th issue, they're going to have new writers and artists. So maybe this and Mad About DC is an experiment to see if we're finally going to have 100% new content. I read your comment before that. I replied to your comment before that. I can't. Oh wait, never mind. No, I didn't. I can't say what Mad pays per page for contractual reasons, but it's a lot more than the comics pay. Probably more than DC Comics pays for covers. Well, Chippy D, he did say that I did watch an interview where he wanted to go and do a guest editorship at Mad, and then Marie Javins, is she still in charge? I don't know. Um, she was like, well, I mean, we just do a comic. We have the name, but it's going to have greater circulation than if you did a Mad magazine, which is, I don't know, is that true? Like, because comic shops still have to order this. But anyway, does anybody know how to get a hold of Chip Zdarsky? Because I want to invite him on the show, and I would like to talk about this. That's all. That's all. I'm gonna ask him, who's a funnier writer, Mark Waid, Vita Ayala, or Scott Snyder? Who's the funniest? Who's your favorite comedic writer out of those three? See how he answers that. Here's a random question to be fielded by anybody. I call dibs. Does Yankovic use automatic tuners at live concerts? I don't know. I don't know. Somebody else will have to answer. All right. Let's get into, Thwack. Let's get into Thwack. You guys know Thwack. Thwack is a short-lived humor magazine. Dare I say, one of the greatest humor magazines ever. I've loved this. Yeah, David, he does mean that, but auto-tune is short for automatic, right? Self-tuning, auto-tuner, right? I would think that no artist would offer that information. Dude can sing, though. I think some people, what they do is they use backing tracks. I think that's what most people do, is that they have a track that's also playing while they're singing. And I think that it helps cover any mistakes, but it also helps them like find the tune that they're supposed to be singing, or like find the key or note. I don't know. Thwack, America's favorite humor magazine. They just don't know it yet. Boy, I think that that's true. Thwack, every issue I've read of Thwack has been very good, and I've enjoyed it. This is started by Martin Jallad, and he was somebody that worked for Cracked magazine. This is his card that I got that was in Thwack magazine. He was a co-editor at Cracked, and this is Patrick Bateman would love this this business card. That'd be a cool thing to collect business cards of Mad artists. It costs DC basically nothing to put out a single issue comic book. Mad is 3 times as long. It's physically larger. No, false. It has higher production values, and the page rate is, as mentioned, much, much higher. Okay, but Kyle, this is a 64-page prestige-bound comic book. It's comic book size, but it is like perfect bound, not prestige. Prestige is magazine size. It's comic book size, perfect bound. And I think that like modern comics, the print quality and everything is just the same as a magazine. Probably better than a magazine. I don't know that it has higher production values. Well, I guess, what do you mean by that? God, sometimes I just wish that he was here on the thing so we could have this argument. Al Feldstein's business card just sold at the Mad auction last week. It was $100. Okay, not something I'm going to collect. Here we have Sherman. You didn't invite me. You're right. You know what? I was going to invite you this morning, but I thought you're too busy probably. Busy having sex. But anyway, I'll invite you on the next one. Look at this, rush hour in the city. It's been a long day. You're a good rat and a good worker. You've got a great family. Home sweet home. Oh no. Hi, honey. Oh my God, look at this place. It's trashed. A real rat nest. Rat's nest. Clutter, junk, debris. That nauseating smell coming from the kitchen. What have I done to deserve this? Happy birthday, Sherman. I'm making your favorite dinner. Rotting eggshells boiled in a festering broth of spoiled beef. Should be ready in an hour. Till then, I rustled up some plastic wiring for you to gnaw on. You're too good to me, Mary. That's fun. I like that. I'm sick of sex. Okay. Oh, this is what I was going to say. So Martin Jalad, this is another person I want to get him on the show. So I remember when I was talking to Mark Arnold about Thwack, we talked briefly about it, and he had been in contact with Martin Jalad. And what was I going to say? He'd been in contact with Martin Jalad, and so I reached out to him and I asked him, I reached out to Mark and I said, hey, could you send like an introductory email? Could you like give me his contact info? You know, Thwack Magazine supports and encourages new talent by providing a forum for artists, blah, blah, blah. Why Thwack? Why Thwack is not something you need to put in the magazine, because then somebody probably already has it, right? I've already bought this. I don't need to know why. Yeah. Got to get my Dr. Pepper before it freezes? Is it outside? Where do you live that it's still cold enough to freeze outside? The Mad Facsimile and Free Comic Book Day has a nice high-quality paper printing instead of the glossy paper the magazine now uses. It's been a while that you haven't mentioned Spy vs. Spy yet. All right, I'll try to mention Spy vs. Spy. I did actually. You know what? We were talking about those collections of Mad, and you know they have at the grocery store. And my buddy, this is a very kind gesture, and I really appreciated it. He saw like these 3 different types of Mad magazine, and he like bought all 3 of them, the collections. One was like a movies parody, one was Spy vs. Spy, and then I forget what the third one was. And he bought them for me, and he was like, "Here." I let him borrow my card, and he's like, when he returned the card, he's like, "Hey, I saw these. I thought of you. I bought them." And like I mentioned before, I have all of that stuff already in magazines. But I thought, boy, what a good friend. That was like such a thoughtful thing. So I said, "Thank you so much, dude." And I didn't tell him I already have it all. But now they're on my coffee table, and it's kind of cool because then I do have something that's not in a box for people to read. Anyway, here we have, what do we have here? A little of this and a little of that. Wait, thousands of back issues of your favorite humor magazines, themadstore.com. This is a Tom Richmond drawing. What the hell is, okay. Wait, well, first off, look at back issues. The comic book that started it all. I want this. I have this. I do have issue 1. I am missing issue 2. I need issue 2 and 3, because I have issue 4 and 5. I have 1, 4, and 5. But I need a comic issue 2 and 3. That's the other thing. I'm hoping Martin has back issues of all this so I can get a complete collection. That would be the most exciting thing. Thwack would like to give a big high five to contributor Scott Gosser for getting his scripts published in Cracked. Check out his stuff in issue 359 and 361. Incidentally, a number of fellow Thwack contributors have had work published in Cracked other humorous publications over the years. Thanks for sharing your wackiness with us. Anyway, I want to go to, hold on. We're going to go to this website. Angel. Are they going back to the original numbering for issue 600? themadstore.com. It's no longer, it is, look at this. There's no such thing as Cesar Chavez Day anymore? I'm excited for Lent to be over soon. It's going to be on Easter Sunday. That means I'll have carne asada with soju beverages. What'd you give up? What'd you give up for Lent? That's what I want to know. It's not. It's no longer a thing. It's like some weird. It's some weird website. Ask why. What does this do? Anyway, maybe I'll go to the Wayback Machine. Overhead. Also, is the chat isn't showing up in this, is it? Web browser? No. Mad News. Chat. Copy. Paste. All right. There we go. That's what we want. We want the chat to be able to appear. All right, we gotta get through this, man. Here I am jaw jacking. You gave up thwack for Lent? That doesn't make sense. Here we have a Wimmel builder. You guys, if you want something fun, go to reddit.com and go to the R Wimmel builder subreddit. It's awesome. Here's Bruce Bollinger. National Rifle Association, in a partnership with thwack, has announced the intent to open a gun-oriented theme restaurant on Times Square. Here's a preview of America's newest family-oriented fun spot, McBunkers. Look at that. Bruce Bollinger is a cracked guy. Anyway, you know what I gave up for Lent? I gave up meat. I've not eaten any meat all Lent, and I'm going to try to stick with that. And it's really hard. It's very difficult. And I didn't even eat that much meat in the first place, but it's hard, guys. Anyway, I feel like I might be malnourished right now. Here we have the waiter whack carnival shoot. Bad attitude waiters are forced to run back and forth across an opening while diners try to win a teddy bear for their date. The Lockdown Lounge. Relax while waiting for your table and swap gun stories with actual death row convicts on loan. Well, the drive-by window. McBunkers. Smoking gun or non-smoking gun section tonight, folks. That's fun because that's not even a question you get asked anymore. Costumed murder mystery. Bojangles corner stand. Hostage Plaza. Ooh, Columbine lunchroom. Be part of an assault team that breaks into the lunchroom and shoots at middle schoolers in their natural setting. I forfeited cream corn during Lent. You should give up piety. I can't, bro. I can't. Was this based on a movie? No, I think this is just based on the concept that of America's gun culture. And also, I mean, what year did this come out? 2003. So I mean, this isn't like, when did Columbine happen? That was in the 90s, right? Columbine happened in 1999. So I guess, I mean, 4 years previous. Yeah. Ooh, and here we have Live and Let Spy. Story and Art by Dave Newton. Look at that. Wanted Dr. Moe. And it's Moe from the Three Stooges. This is kind of fun. It is interesting whenever you can see some like a non-Mad movie parody, because sometimes it reads more like a comic. You know, it reads more like something you would actually see and read in the real world, versus, you know, it's like they don't do a good job of telling the story in a Mad I don't know. Why can't I think of any flippin' words? My 6-year-old is obsessed with the Three Stooges. He should be. I think my kids moved on pretty quickly from the Three Stooges. We used to watch Svengoolie on Saturday nights, and then and they play the Three Stooges immediately precedes that. And yeah, my kids did like point out, they're like, bro, they didn't say it like this, but they're like, bro, why are the Three Stooges always pulling the hottest babes? And that's true not only of the Three Stooges, but it's also like uh what is it? I can't remember their names. Not Laurel and Hardy. Who are the other ones? The ones that I like. Yeah, I haven't moved on from the Three Stooges either. I think that it's they're great. But I think most people do. Sticks, you're here right now because you haven't moved on from the Three Stooges. That's why we're here. This is essentially a support group. Abbott and Costello, that is who I'm thinking about. Yeah, Abbott and Costello. Costello always gets the hottest babes. Same as Benny Hill. Did Benny, I never watched Benny Hill. Did Benny Hill get babes, or was he just like, that's like, he was just like molesting babes? My mom hated the Three Stooges since forever. Women don't like the Three Stooges. I don't want to be sexist or anything, but they don't. I don't know that I've met many women that like the Three Stooges. I think my Aunt Di, that's Uncle Mo and Di. I think Di tolerates the Three Stooges. I don't know if she'd say, I like the Three Stooges. We're almost out of Curly's. I think he'll go in for Shemps, but once we get to Joe Besser and Curly Joe, I think he'll move on. Yeah, but Joe Besser, he was the guy who was on, right? Is it Joe Besser or Curly Joe? I think Joe Besser was on the Abbott and Costello show. He played Stinky, right? And Joe Besser is really funny. That's my problem, is that I didn't respect Joe Besser. I thought Joe Besser stunk. Joe Besser is a genius. All right. Yeah. The Thwack Book of Al Qaeda and Taliban Holiday Carols. Ceased Chavez is not the person in the Mad magazine. He should be in hell. Yeah, Cesar Chavez not getting a lot of love lately. Besser isn't good with the Three Stooges though, but I don't know. Maybe he should be dressed up like. Hold on, I'm gonna look Joe Besser. I'm gonna look up Joe Besser. Joe Besser is so funny though. I guess he's older there. I like a young Joe Besser. Let me see. Ah, what the hell? I don't like this. What have they done? Ah, come on, man. I like a young Joe Besser. That's what I like right here. This is Joe Besser, probably. Joe Besser and I are probably the same age when this was taken of him. We gotta make this one giant too. Anyway, Joe Besser was the voice of a cartoon genie I used to watch. Alex Bornstein and Matthew says she's the same height as my mom. I feel like Joe Besser is a different style of comedy. You got to watch. Have you watched the Abbott and Costello TV show? I used to put that on during my lunch break. The thwack. Anyway, look at this. I saw Abdul kissing Osama, sung to the tune of I Saw Mama Kissing Santa Claus. I saw Abdul kissing Osama. Well, inside a mountain cave tonight, he slipped Abdul some tongue, and to his butt he clung. They acted like two camels in a breeding frame of mind. The little trader boy. This is crazy. Evan Costello wouldn't make good stooges either. Yeah. Listen, I think that Joe Besser is great. And I think that, what are you supposed to do when you have to step into the shoes of, I guess both, I guess I'm a horrible person. I'm wondering what the hell good announcing this does, but hurt labor union's reputation when the man dies. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just heard the news. This is a non-political show. This is a family show. Can't talk about Cesar Chavez. Anyway, what was I going to say? This is my problem. I can't have the chat because also the chat distracts me so quickly. You asked Joe Besser, who's a comedic genius, to step into the shoes of Curly by way of Shemp, both of whom were like, I mean, Shemp ruled too. Don't hate on Shemp. Shemp is no schlub. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just think Joe Besser deserves more respect. All right, death to the world. Wait, death to the world, sung to joy to the world. Death to the world of infidels. Their suffering brings us joy. With every bomb that blows them apart, we'll go to paradise. Listen, this feels like, I know 2003. I joined the military in 2003. So I can put myself in the frame of mind of this very easily. I don't know. It's like didn't age super well. Armageddon hungry, Mom. This is cool. This is Billy Genius. We know Billy Genius from the other issues of what am I calling this? Thwack. Billy Genius rules. I celebrate September every year. The day is not so short. I think the day is getting shorter. I'm not sure. Thank you, Vanessa. How about some Godco Apocalypse Pockets? This is so much fun. This whole thing. Looking for a delicious doomsday dinner that's sure to please your hungry Christian family? It's about time you treated them to Godco brand Apocalypse Pockets. Apocalypse Pockets stuffed sandwiches. So delicious, so nutritious, and so religious your family will be dying for more. Make their last supper their tastiest with a trinity of savory flavors to choose from. Vegetarian style, that's what I need. Meat lovers and lamb lovers. Oh, I love lamb. I think, you know what? If I can, I'm going to, my first non-vegetarian meal, I'm going to try to have lamb. That's what I think I want. I think that would be so great. Billy Genius is, I wish, listen, if I get a hold of Martin Jalad, I'm going to ask about Billy Genius. I'm going to say, what's his name? Where do you find him? Does he have Instagram? His art's cool, man. Imagine this and Freaky. That'd be cool. Here we have the Ultimate Celebrity Cookbook by Mike Morse. Ozzy Osbourne's Bowl of Bat Heads. Ingredients: a fucking bowl, fucking bat heads. Directions: wow. I don't fucking know how to fucking make it. I suppose you fucking just put the fucking bat heads in the fucking bowl. Sharon, That's good writing. They captured his voice. Wow. The Lent will be over soon, Osbia. It will be. Are you still eating fish? Yes, I am still eating fish. Fish is not meat. So yes, I do eat fish. We have the rocks, cheese, and testosterone. Callista Floxhearts, oxygen and water jambalaya. Ricky Martin's Flash and the Pancakes. These are great. Jerry Seinfeld's A Meal About Nothing, hamburger and fries. What about bug? Are they meat? I don't think bug are meat. I don't think bug are meat. Are bug meat? Are bug meat? Catholic. Just so that they understand. I don't think the church has made a statement on whether or not bug are meat. Snails are snails meat Catholic? I think they're considered fish. I think they fall under fish. So I think bugs are fish, according to the church. If slug is fish, bug is fish. That's what we say. Whale blubber, that's a mammal. You wouldn't eat whale because whale is not fish. You answered your own question. Whale is meat. Is fish meat? I think it's not just Catholics. I think nobody believes it's meat. Maybe everybody does. I don't know. What I Googled says everybody. The Osbournes versus your parents. This is cool. This is like definitely something that they would do in Mad Magazine. But they didn't. Frog legs. You can't eat frog legs. No. There was a part, I think you can eat beaver though. That's not a joke. I'm not being funny. That's like an actual thing the Catholic Church ruled on because there's a place where they had an abundance of beavers, but they didn't have access to fish. And so the church said, okay, beavers are in water, you can have beavers. The Osbournes are watched by several million viewers per week. Your parents are watched by several FBI agents per day. The Osbournes are loved by metalheads everywhere because of their father's occupation. Your parents are loved by dopeheads everywhere because of your father's occupation. You know what? I like how, I mean, the Osbournes were somewhat dysfunctional in their own right. But I like how the comparison is not to like a normal family, but to an even more dysfunctional family. I took my kid to Hoppers today. Yeah, I took my kids to Hoppers. I did not enjoy it. What did you think of it? The Osbournes have the highest rated TV show on MTV. Your parents have the lowest rated property value in the neighborhood. The Osbournes tell their children to stay away from drugs and alcohol. Your parents never talk to you about the dangers of drug and alcohol because they're usually too stoned or drunk. Hoppers is a movie about, they make this joke in the movie. It's Avatar, but with beavers. The best, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a murder. There's one of the beavers murders something, and it was absolutely great. Here we have artist and writer Kit Lively. Yeah, because I think there was, but that was like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the reason why they did that is, these people are on this secluded islands where it's like puffin was a pretty important staple. And I don't know how much fishing they actually did, despite living on an island in the ocean. The whole thing is not like, the whole thing is just tradition. That's the whole, like, giving up meat. It's about sacrifice. So like the fish thing is kind of arbitrary. but it is still a tradition, and we try our best to abide by it. But you also don't have to eat fish. That's the other thing. You could just not eat fish at all. Marvin just couldn't catch a break with the ladies. My last boyfriend had antlers. I hate my last boyfriend. Kit Lively's a weird dude. White trash excuse for denying sex. Sorry, Earl, not tonight, okay? I'm still sort of sore from the alien probe. Love is sitting down and talking through your problems. Why are they naked? You look upset, Dana. What's wrong? Oh, Kimberly, it's been 3 days since those space aliens abducted and probed me, and they still haven't called. You're leaving? But I don't understand. I thought I loved you. You loved me. The promotion of Ted McCord. I don't know who Ted McCord is. I never played Leisure Suit Larry 7. Kit is very nice over on Facebook. You should ask him about Thwack Magazine. Kit is a very nice guy. I could have him back on here. Here we have One Fine Day. Damn. One Fine Day at the Gorge. This is artist and writer Art Boothiller. Art Boothiller. This is amazing. This is an amazing piece of artwork. Here we have One Fine Afternoon. Look at. I mean, that's like that's a classic, Don Martin thing, right? One fine day, one fine afternoon at the sports card convention. Bargains. Recent comments, 3 cents each. It's like a voodoo card. This is Ben Bolin. Ben Bolin. There's Thwack, guys. The ultimate issue. Wait, where do I want? I want to go here. The Perfect Beaver double feature. Hoopers and Thousands of Beavers. What is that? Okay, this is my problem with this happens with like a lot of like Pixar stuff now is, I'm back to the get off my lawn thing. This is my problem with Pixar is that they just try to like manipulate me emotionally, and I don't like it. And the whole thing with like the grandma, and it's like, oh, this is a troubled child, and then she's the grandma, and then of course the grandma dies, and that's like so traumatic, and they're just like trying to milk tears out of us, and it's like, or you could just tell the story, and that's that. Like the Disney has always had like dead parents, right? But it's never been about because you suffer from toxic masculinity. I might actually suffer from that. But like the old Disney movies, they didn't use the parent's death as like to try to like get you to be sad and cry. It was to explain why these young people had nobody in their life to guide them or give them advice and to keep them from getting into these shitty situations where they're eating apples or doing whatever. Like whatever, Pinocchio, he didn't have a father. He had a creator, and thus he, went awry and made all of these bad choices. But then as he became a real boy and had a father, then things were better, right? It made me cry when Mufasa died. I couldn't get over it. It was very powerful. That's very interesting. That might be the moment where it all changed. Your complaint is that you want the parents to die, but not in a way that causes you to confront your emotions. No. No, that's not what I'm saying. I don't know, maybe I didn't say this, but the whole thing is that the grandma doesn't need to die in the story. That's the whole thing. It's like there's nothing about the dead grandmother that progresses the story forward. I cried when E.T. died. Did E.T. die? Does E.T. die at the end of that movie? I thought he goes home. And I'm not afraid. I'm not bothered by movies that make me feel things. All right. Like, yeah, I watch movies that make me cry all the time. I just like, it just seems weird the way they try to like get you to manufacture tears with those Pixar movies. It's just, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all the Pixar stuff. And that's not my only complaint. That's just like one of a few complaints, I guess, of Pixar in general. That's why my ex hates Disney. She can't handle it. Dumbo and the Lady and the Tramp made me cry. Why Old Yeller had to die. Okay, you picked the wrong thing to bring up, bro. Because here's the thing. Old Yeller, that's a Disney movie. And Disney wrecked that story. If you haven't watched Old Yeller, don't watch it. Read the story by Fred Gibson. It's a beautiful story. It's about a boy and his dog and becoming, it's like what it is to be a young man coming into his own, like learning and, I don't know, trying to like fill your father's shoes. His father didn't die. His father just went to bring the cattle up to Kansas City or something. Anyway, so it's the situation where there's hydrophobia going around, and Old Yeller, like there's this mad dog or wolf or something that's going after the family. And Old Yeller puts himself in peril for like the third time, by the way. Old Yeller just won't stop saving this family and this boy from like bad situations. And they've taken care of him. They stitched up his belly when a pig like cut him open. And so we're in the end of the story. This wolf with hydrophobia goes ape. And then the Old Yeller comes, battles him, kills this wolf. He kills a wolf. But then the mom is like, he's like, Old Yeller's like injured, and Travis, that's his name. He's like, I can fix him up, Mom. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. He'll survive. He just saved us. And the mom's like, Travis, it's done. That wolf had hydrophobia. And Travis is like looking at him. He's like, what? What are you saying? And she's like, you got to get your gun, Travis. And he's like, no, he just saved us. He saved us, and you want to kill him? What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, everything he's done for little Arliss and me and for you, and you wanted me to shoot him? She's like, he's going to get hydrophobia. He's like, but he might not. Let me wait. Let me find out. She's like, you can't. It's like, if you wait and find out, you're going to get bit. That's how you're going to find out. And so Travis he does what a man has to do, and he picks up his rifle. And it's like, that's the end of the story. What did Disney do? Disney, when Travis is begging his mom, she's like, let's just wait and find out. And she goes, okay, put him in the corn crib. And then he's in the corn crib, and then they find out for sure that he has rabies, and then Travis shoots him. And if you hadn't, you just ruined it for Vanessa. Sorry. But it's like, it's that moment where he doesn't know, and he has to kill the dog, despite not knowing for certain that he has rabies. Like, that's what makes it so much more powerful. That's that like coming of age moment, and they wrecked it. Anyway, the problem with Old Yeller is he's a dog and mewling and have no self-respect. Had it been a cat. Can we get Old Yeller I love movies with happy endings? That's what they basically tried to give Old Yeller a happy ending. I've never read that book before. You should read it. I just spoiled it. Old Yeller's got nothing on Goofy. True, the book had plenty of F-bombs from the mom. He Christy Gnomes him. He did, yeah. They could have given Travis an AK, killed the wolf for sci-fi. Now we're all sobbing. Thanks, Pat. I'm sorry. I'm a dog lover. I don't think I might like that movie before I start to cry. Read the book. It'll make you love dogs. I don't love dogs, but it kind of makes me want to like them. But yeah. Anyway, you guys, that has been Thwack. This has been Flippin' Live. Oh, I wanted to listen. I'm going to miss next live stream. I meant to say this at the beginning. I'm going to be on vacation. I booked tickets to Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm going to Las Vegas. I'm going to do some rock climbing out there. Not going to do any gambling or drinking because I'm not a degenerate, okay? So anyway, you don't love dogs? No, I don't love dogs. I had a bad experience with the dog, and I just so they're fine over there. They're fine over there. I'm here. Dog is over there. That's kind of how I feel. Yeah. I a dog man. I like cats too. So anyway, I won't be here next time. I'm going to take some pictures. I'm going to bring a Mad magazine up to the top of a really big climb and take a photo of me just reading it. So maybe send it and get it published in one of the new Mad magazines. Maybe Mad magazine number 601. We'll see how that goes. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, hit like, hit subscribe, leave comments. That's really supports the show, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with me this evening. Toodaloo.